Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a moment of silence. Thank you. Next up, roll call.
Alexander.
Present.
Spitali.
Here.
Vanez.
Here.
Kalwinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Tyler. Emerson.
Here.
I'm sorry, Councilman. Emerson.
Here.
Warple.
Here.
Rakos.
Here. 9 present, 8 in chambers, 1 on Zoom. We'll skip the mayor's address right now. Approval of minutes.
Make a motion that we approve the July 8th minutes and put them on file.
Second.
Been a motion and a second by Councilman Emerson. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Next up, approval of claims.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilwoman Vanez.
that's it. Yes, I move for approval of claims dated July 2nd, 2024, and ending with claims dated July 17th, 2024, claim number 6070 through claim number 6487 inclusive, in the amount of $9,205,851.26. I so move.
Second.
Been a motion and a second by Councilman Warple. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vanez.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes. Claims passes 9-0. Next up, public hearings. We have none. Communications. Is there any communications today? Any communications? Communications is closed. Committee reports.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman Emerson.
the Capital Improvement Board met on July 15th, 2024, and we dealt with item A, Hammond Housing Authority, Hubert Humphrey Building, pavement preservation site services in the amount of $11,755. Item B, 171st Street Extension, Rao Engineering, Lockmuir Group, in the amount of $28,825. Supplemental engineering services, agreement with Lockmuir to dedicate the new right-of-way in the 6th District. Item C, Dowling Park sewer improvements, supplemental laterals and curb replacement, Grimmer Construction in the amount of $181,200. That involved replacement of 15 sewer laterals on 176th Place that were not identified during the design and replacement of the corresponding curb. This is 100% locally funded because the federal grant amount has reached the maximum amount. Project is in the 6th District. Item D, Holman Avenue reconstruction, change order number 19, sewer repairs on Rimbach in the amount of $13,156. Restoration of certain utilities damaged by AT&T's contractor on Rimbach Street. The law department has filed a claim to recover these costs the project was in the 2nd District. Item E, toll lot resurfacing, change order number 1, Dyer Construction, in the amount of $21,553.68. Supplemental work at 415 Sibley, formerly the J.C. Penney Building, to accommodate parking in downtown Hammond in the 2nd District. Item F, new signal at Sportsplex, Milestone Contractors North, in the amount of $1,029,076.73. Install a new traffic signal to access to the Sportsplex and future YMCA on Indianapolis Boulevard to make the roadway modifications to Indianapolis Boulevard, State Road 152 and 165th Street that has been approved by NDOT. In 2022, it was determined that a new traffic signal on Indianapolis Boulevard was necessary to improve access to these facilities, and that was in the 3rd District. That completes my report.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Vanessa.
I would like to announce the upcoming Community and Crime Watch meetings. On Wednesday, August 14th, Community Watch at Mount Zion will meet at 1 p.m. That's on Kenwood. The East Hammond Pullman Crime Watch will meet August 20th, which is a Tuesday, 6 p.m. at the Ophelia Steen Center. Edison Community Watch is off for the summer because school is closed. So is Irving Community Watch. Does not meet for the summer because school is closed. Harrison Park will not meet in August. Hessville Crime Watch will meet at 6 p.m. Thursday, August 15th at the Gene Shepherd Center. Mark your calendar for sometime in October for the South Holman Avenue Neighborhood Watch. They meet semi-annually. And the Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will meet Thursday, August 8th, 6:30 p.m. at Calumet College. Also, up at the PAV on Tuesday, August 6th, is National Night Out. Last year, we had a fabulous turnout. There were tons of police and fire vehicles. There was some kind of bubble thing for the kids to slide around. They had a blast in that. There are prizes that are going to be given away. So please come out and support our first responders and get to know them, because community is not just about me. It's about us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank
When
you,
was that National
Councilwoman.
Night Out?
Pardon?
When was the National Night Out?
Tuesday, August 6th, 5 to 8 p.m.
Thank you. Any other committee reports? All right, next up, ordinance, 3rd and final reading. We have none. No introduction of ordinances. No resolutions. New and unfinished business.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilwoman Alexander.
just want to thank all of our employees that were working for the Festival of Lakes this week, especially our police and our fire. They did a job well done with keeping everyone safe and everything like that. So kudos to everyone that had a part in the fest. It was a great time.
Thank you. Any other?
Mr. President,
Councilman Emerson.
Thanks. I piggyback on, I couldn't hear you very well, Katrina, but.
My mic
I'm
seems like it's a
sorry.
little low today.
Councilman Alexander. I piggyback on that. To the street department, for all the trees that were down with the storm, I want to thank Felix Gonzalez, the street commissioner, and Devin Wick for the removal of branches that were on the parkway and that were blown down by the storm. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other?
Mr.
Councilman
President.
Warfel?
I believe that tomorrow at MLK Park is another picnic in the park with the police. And that begins at, is that,
Tomorrow, correct.
yeah, and that begins at what, 11? Or
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11 to 1, yeah.
And then to bring up an issue that Councilman Emerson brought up about the stoplight on Indianapolis Boulevard and the cost of all that. It's my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, there's some work that's got to be done so a turning lane can be added. Is that true?
Right.
And that's part of the cost. But as far as I know, that will help alleviate some of the traffic on the 167th Street, even though that light will remain for now. But that affects a lot of the residents of the 5th District because people leaving there go down those residential streets. And there's, I guess it's 166th Street, right? It's a road that's being created that will be running in between the Sportsplex and the Y. Am I
Correct. Correct.
So that's where the new street will be also part of that project.
Yeah, and that light at 167th will stay in effect, as last I've heard.
You guys assured us, though, that it'll all be timed, so you're not, you're not
yeah.
going from stoplight to stoplight to stoplight every 600 feet.
Right.
Thank you.
Any other new and unfinished? Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business? It's closed. Next up, we have public expression. First up, Mr. Buck.
Good evening, Board. I am back again to speak about all the construction going on in the city of Hammond. And there's not one person that looks like me on any of those jobs. We are being economically discriminated against. And you all can change that. Indianapolis has it, South Bend has it, some other cities and counties has it. It should be 21% minority when you're spending government money, if I'm not mistaken. We're not getting a share of that money. And all it takes is for this council to make a motion, a second, and to vote that that be put in every contract in the city, that we must be a part of those contracts. And the way that you vote is gonna tell us how to vote, because we want someone that's supporting our interests. We support you all when it comes election time. We want you all to support us when it comes contract time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Buck. Next up, George Stoya. Next up, Jana. Hey.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I prepared a short speech for you guys today. Last summer, my family and I moved from a home here in Hammond to the Kennedy Crossing Apartments. Initially, I was upset about this move. Although my family moved around a lot growing up, we lived in this home for many years, and I became comfortable with what I had. Soon after we moved into the new apartment, I began exploring the area. After walking a short distance down the road, immediately the vibrant, tall green trees caught my eyes. I walked closer to it as my curiosity grew. As I got closer, I noticed an opening in the forest. I was surprised to find a trail in front of me. Without hesitation, I stepped onto the trail. As I took those first steps into the woods, it felt like the inside of me lit up with a golden light. Around me was all vibrant green colors from the tall trees that stood above me. I took a deep breath, and the clean forest air refreshed me. It was like I was transported into a whole different world. I continued walking forward, amazed at what I had discovered. I stumbled upon a small lake, and I stood there in awe as the birds sang and chirped around me. I sat by the small lake and embraced the natural beauty in front of me. A sense of peace came over me. Since the day I stepped into those woods, I have had so much gratitude for them. The Briar East Woods needs to be saved. The truth is, the Governor's Parkway Bridge is not the one and only solution for the train issues. We have other, more effective solutions that don't involve storing our one and only sanctuary here in Hammond, Indiana. So I'm asking you, the City Council, if there ever comes a point where you have to make a decision about the Briar East Woods, you remember my speech, and you consider what you may be taking away from the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Jana. Next up, Natasha Vaughn.
Hello. Hi, I'm Natasha Vaughn, and this is my son.
Michael Vaughn.
So this is my first time doing this. I've never done this before. So I just wrote it down. I just try to read it the best I could. So good evening, members of the council. My name is Natasha Vaughn. I'm a resident of the University Apartments. They're across the street from Purdue University where my son attends. He's going for electrical engineering. Today I'm here to seek your assistance with a critical issue that we're facing. I'm a low-income mother with a college-age son, and finish reading that for me, Elijah. Right there, we moved.
We moved into University Apartments specifically because it's directly across the street from the university, making it the only feasible housing option for our given circumstances.
So I'll continue.
All right.
Our apartment accepts the Section 8 voucher, which is crucial for us because I work part-time and I have a pending disability case. Recently, the building was sold to a new landlord, and despite legal advice that I received, stating the landlord is obligated to honor the existing contract, including my housing assistant payment contract. As of today, we've been given a 30-day notice. He starts school in 3 weeks. And in last month, in June, the new landlord did accept the payment. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can you finish reading that for me?
The housing authority sent the June payment to the previous landlord, and when I informed them of the new ownership, I was told that if the landlords did not officially transfer ownership to them, my son and I would need to move. This is despite the fact that the new landlord accepted my payment in Section 8 payments for June.
And so our situation is dire because Michael Elijah, his classes at Purdue, I said they start in less than a month, and I'm scheduled to have a knee operation in a couple of weeks. So we're now being forced to move within 40 days. And there are no other buildings in the area that accept Section 8, which means my son's education will be severely disrupted. We're under a cap contract, and I just need to ensure our housing stability. So I'm seeking the council's support to address this urgent matter and to find a solution that allows us to remain in our home for my son to continue his education without interruption. Or any guidance or assistance you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your consideration and time.
Thank you, Natasha.
Okay.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?